Hi, welcome to yoga, streaming live to you from the YMCA, following Jen's wonderful strength class that'll now be available, recorded on the YMCA of the North site, along with the other YMCA sites. Welcome everyone, whether you're new to yoga or been doing it for years. I think we can make this class challenging and enjoyable for everyone. I'd like to have a special welcome to all my friends from the Burnsville YMCA. It's a wonderful community there, very supportive, so welcome everybody. We'll start right away on a mat. You know, really, you don't need a mat. When you're at home, you can use carpeting, the floor, a towel. You know, one of the nice things about yoga is it's really low overhead. The one thing about a mat, it does give you grip. If you don't have a mat, sometimes it's harder. Your hands will slide, your feet will slide. Just align your mat lengthwise. Come to a standing position with your feet about hip distance apart. We practice barefoot. And it's interesting that there's very few fitness classes where you practice barefoot. And it turns out there's 26 bones in each foot, 52 bones. And there's 206 bones in the whole human body. So your feet have over a quarter of the bones of the human body. So we'll just start by exploring our feet a little bit. Just lift your toes, flare them out, maybe rock back and forth. Just start to establish some grounding, some feeling. You can move the toes, maybe even touch little toes, touch big toes. Just explore your feet. You can roll out to your ankles, maybe one at a time. Once you have your feet grounded, hip distance apart, start to move up the body, stack your knees, your hips on top of your knees, stack your spine, your shoulders back and down. You can open your palms if you'd like. Level your chin with the floor. Aligns the top of the head, the crown of the head with the ceiling, aligns the whole spine. Right now, you're in a pose in Sanskrit that's called Tadasana, mountain pose. You're already practicing yoga, just standing here. As you stand here, start to explore your breath. In yoga, you breathe in and out your nose. You seal your lips and separate your teeth. A dentist one time told me that your teeth should only touch when you're eating. And by keeping your teeth separated, it not only reduces stress, but opens the airway. There's another fundamental of yoga as you stand here in mountain pose. Is to begin to explore your core. In yoga, they're called bandhas. Pull up your pelvic floor, gauge your glute muscles. That's Mula Bandha. Pull in your belly button, gauge your abdominal muscles. That's Uddiyana Bandha. The philosophy is that your breath energizes. These bandhas lock in that energy. In Sanskrit, energy is prana. Breath is pranayama. Your breath is your energy. Stand and breathe. I'll get some music started. Hopefully I get some music started. Sorry about this. All right. From here, I want to talk a little bit about the principles of yoga. The first limb of yoga is yamas. Second principle, second limb, are niyamas. There's 4 core values of the YMCA. There's caring, honesty, respect, and responsibility. The yamas, they're these principles where we relate to the rest of the world. So tonight, let's think about caring. We care for others. But also niyama, we care about ourselves. And so throughout this entire practice, I want you to focus on doing what's right for you. There's an edge that we'll operate from, and it's different for everybody. We're also going to be practicing a style of yoga called vinyasa. I call it vignette yasa. We're going to be doing some small vignettes. So standing here in mountain pose, if you inhale your hands high and exhale down, you're practicing vinyasa. Inhale up, exhale down. One movement, one breath. This movement is synchronized to your breath. Yoga is a strange fitness class that you don't necessarily move in unison with the instructor. You want to synchronize your breath with your movement. Do one more here. Bring your hands to your side in mountain pose. Holding mountain pose, very gently, turn your head to the right on an inhale. Bring it forward on an exhale. And the opposite way on an inhale. Forward on an exhale. Inhale as your gaze comes high. Exhale forward. Inhale as you drop your chin. Inhale forward. Exhale, ear to your shoulder. Inhale. Exhale as you go to the other shoulder. Inhale up. Re-engage those bandhas. On an inhale, simply lift your knee. Exhale down. Inhale the other knee up. Exhale down. You can synchronize with your hands. Inhale up. Exhale down. Feel those bandhas work for you. Engage your core this entire practice. One more on each side. Exhale down. Inhale your hands up. And on an exhale, step your right leg out. Inhale as you shift to the left. Exhale right. Inhale as you step back. Go the other side. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Keep moving side to side. Synchronize with your breath. One movement, one breath. One more to each side. This lateral movement is important. In a typical day, we don't move laterally. Exhale, hands down. From here, we'll do some leg lifts. We'll start with the right side. Simply lift your right leg up. Exhale down. You can leave your arms up as you inhale the leg high, or you can bring them down. Whatever works for you. This lateral movement is good for the hip. Builds strength, flexibility, endurance. One more on this right side. Reset. Mountain pose. Go to the other side. Inhale left. Exhale down. One movement, one breath. Pace of your breath. Concentrate in and out your nose. Bandhas locked. Feeling the stability of your core in this simple movement. You start to go side to side. You go right and left. Concentrate as you move. Do one more at each side. Exhale. Step to the right top of your mat. We'll go through Surya Namaskara, sun salutations, a fundamental just about every yoga class. So from the top of your mat, inhale your hands high and exhale into a forward fold. Without coming up, inhale, flatten your back in a half lift. And then exhale and step your left foot long down the mat, followed by your right foot and your hips high. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Breathe here, let your chest fall, let your heels melt down towards the mat. From here, come forward, flatten out. I'm going to show you a modification right off the bat. You drop to your knees, flatten your back. Simply lift your gaze. Put a curve in your back and flatten it back out. Keep your toes tucked, push your hips high and downward facing dog. That's one option. Another option is as you come forward to this full plank, bend your elbows, come all the way down to the mat. Flip your feet flat. Gently lift your gaze. As your gaze comes down, shift your tailbone back towards your heels in Balasana, child's pose. Come forward to that full plank and push back to downward facing dog. The most difficult option, come forward to that full plank, bend your elbows and hover over the mat in Chaturanga Dandasana. Flip your feet flat, straighten your arms as you shine your heart in upward facing dog. No matter what variation you took, tuck your toes, lift your hips high and downward facing dog. Continuing to breathe as deeply as you can in and out your nose. From here, you can step the right foot forward or lift it high behind you in a three-legged dog. Gently step it to the top of the mat in a low lunge. Keep the right hand down. Inhale as your left hand rises, gaze follows. Left hand comes down, the right foot steps forward and forward fold. Your feet together if you can. Sit low, reach your hands high. Utkatasana, chair pose. Like you're holding an energy ball over your head, and then exhale as you come out to mountain pose. We'll go to the other side. So inhale, your arms high in five-pointed star. Exhale in mountain pose at the other end of your mat. Inhale, hands high. Exhale into a forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, stepping right foot back, followed by left foot and hips high and downward facing dog. Remember your options. As you come forward, you can come to your knees, lift your gaze, or push back to down dog. You can come to that full plank and lower all the way down, flattening your feet, lifting your gaze, pushing back to child's pose, forward to full plank, back to downward facing dog. Or come to that full plank, bending your elbows, hovering over the mat. Flip your feet flat, shine your heart. And everybody push back to downward facing dog. Breathing as deeply as you can in and out your nose. You can step the right foot to the top of the mat or lift that right foot high. Gently step it forward to a low lunge that you can twist by inhaling this right hand high. The right hand comes down, left foot comes forward in that forward fold. Feet together. Inhale, hands high, sitting low in Utkatasana. And exhale as you come out. We'll go to the other side. Inhale as you step your foot across the mat, arms high in a five-pointed star. Exhale, mountain pose. We'll flow again. Inhale up, exhale into forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step left foot, followed by right foot to downward facing dog. Forward to plank. Find the option that works for you. You can bend your elbows, hover in Dandasana, flip your feet flat, shine your heart, upward facing dog. Tuck your toes, find downward facing dog. You can lift this left leg right away in a single leg down dog. Gently step that left foot forward. To a low lunge you can twist in this left hand high. Exhale the hand down, foot steps forward, feet together. Inhale, hands high. Utkatasana. Exhale as you come out. Step to the other side of the mat. Make this 5-pointed star. Face the other direction. Inhale, arms up. Exhale into forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, stepping right foot, followed by left foot, hips high and downward facing dog. Forward to plank. Exhale to chaturanga. Your feet flat, shine your heart, upward facing dog. Push back to down dog. You can lift this right leg right away. Step the right foot forward. Inhale, right hand high. Exhale the hand down, left foot comes forward. Inhale, hands high, sitting low. Utkatasana. Exhale as you come out. We'll flow one more time. Inhale as you reach up across the mat. Exhale, opposite end. Inhale, hands come high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step left foot, followed by right foot, hips high and downward facing dog. Come forward to that full plank, choosing the option that works for you tonight. Bend your elbows, flatten your feet, shine your heart, upward facing dog. As you push back, tuck your toes. You can lift the left leg right away, high in the air, and then gently step it to the top of the mat. Inhaling, as you find that gentle twist. Left hand down, foot comes forward, forward fold. Inhale, hands high, sitting low in Utkatasana. Exhale as you come out. Step across your mat, that 5-pointed star. Exhale, mountain pose. Inhale, arms high. Exhale. Inhale, flatten your back. Exhale, step right foot, followed by left foot with your hips high and down dog. Forward to plank. Bend your elbows, hover in chaturanga. Feet flat, shine your heart, upward facing dog. Keeping those bandhas locked. Push back into down dog. You can lift this right leg high. Gently step it to the top of the mat. Reaching, right hand high on an inhale. Exhale, bring the left foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, hands high, sitting low. And exhale as you come out. Beautiful. Surya Namaskara, sun salutations. Wonderful part of the practice, very challenging, nicely done. We're going to move on to some fundamental poses of yoga. Those that have done yoga, you'll recognize these poses. Move to your right, to the top of your mat. From here, step your right foot back, straight behind you. Drop the heel. Keep your hips squared to the top of the mat. Inhale, hands high. This is Virabhadrasana. Ekam, warrior one. You're a warrior. Feel intensity in this pose. And then simply exhale as you step to the top of the mat. Step your left foot back, drop the heel, hips are square, bend in that right knee. Inhale, hands high. And then exhale as you step to the top of the mat. Start to flow side to side. You step back and inhale, hands high. Exhale, step to the top. Switch feet, step the left foot back. Reach high. Synchronize with your breath. One movement, one breath at your pace. Your range. caring for yourself, making sure you're doing what's best for you. Feeling the movement, moving with those bandhas locked, your core engaged. Next time your right foot is back, keep it there. Bend in the left knee. Like any good warrior, we're going to show some humility. You can clasp your hands behind you. You can find opposite elbows. Some people can do a reverse prayer. Once you're set, on an exhale, simply drop your head right inside your left knee. You can use that knee for support. There's no rule in yoga that says you can't. Humble warrior. It's a deceivingly difficult pose. Use that breath, that pranayama deep in and out through your nose. This deep breath is called an Ujjayi pranayama, an energizing breath. Very gently come all the way up. Release your grip if you'd like. Otherwise, you can hold it and very gently straighten your left leg. On an exhale, drop your head down towards your mat. You begin to find that resistance in the left leg. Just breathe into it. Use your breath. Get it to soften. Inhale and release your grip, and exhale as you step to the top of your mat. We'll go to the other side. Inhale, that 5-pointed star across your mat. Exhale, the opposite end. Re-engage your core, those bandhas. Re-establish your breath. From here, step that left foot back. The heel is down, the hips are square. Inhale, your hands high in warrior one. And bring your hands together behind you and clasp, or you can let them come down to the mat. On an exhale, drop your head right inside that right knee. Let your head go completely. Let gravity pull that 8-pound bowling ball down. You should easily hear your breathing in and out your nose. Inhale up, gently straighten that right leg. You can keep your hands clasped, or you can let them come down to the mat. Very gently on an exhale, drop your head. Pyramid. Feel that resistance in the right leg. Put your mind's eye there. That's the edge. That's the best place to work for you. It's where you find the greatest gains in yoga. Caring for yourself, making sure you don't push too far. Just operate right there. Inhale all the way up, releasing your grip. Exhale as you step to the top of your mat in mountain pose. Inhale your hands up in that 5-pointed star and simply turn and bring yourself to the opposite end of your mat. Establish those bandhas. There's another warrior. Virabhadrasana, Dre, warrior 2. Step the left foot back, toes pointed out. Have a bend in this right knee. Your hips are open, lengthwise. You inhale, hands to opposite ends of your mat. You find a gaze over your right hand. It's called a dristi. We call it the intimidating stare of the warrior, like you're backing down an opponent. That's not very Zen now, is it? But I didn't name it warrior. These poses have been done for hundreds of years. You should feel intensity in this pose. Your breath deepens. Extend this pose by exhaling this right hand down inside your right knee. Inhale as you reach. With the left hand, your gaze is lifted. Feel that resistance along the left side. It's one of the hidden benefits of yoga. Use the muscles in two directions. Contraction and flexion. Those muscles are in extension right now. You reverse this pose. You exhale the left hand back to the left leg. Inhale the right hand high. Your gaze is lifted. Breathe as deeply as you can. Begin to flow. Exhale the right hand down. Inhale as you reach with the left hand. Exhale the left hand back. Inhale, right hand high. One movement, one breath. Classic Vinyasa yoga. Next time you come up, bring your arms to a strong T. Exhale your right hand down towards your right foot. It might get there, it might not. Inhale your left hand high, your gaze follows. This is Utthita Trikonasana, extended triangle. Be expansive. Use those bandhas to give you integrity in the pose. Breathe as deeply as you can. Energizing with Ujjayi Pranayama. As you come up, have your arms in that strong T and simply rotate your feet to the other side. Step. Exhale into mountain pose. Step that right foot back, toes pointed out. Bend in that left knee, open the hips. It's said that you grow the roots and then the branches. Inhale, hands to opposite ends of your mat. You find that drishti gaze of your left hand. Feel intensity. You feel your feet turned on, all the muscles, your legs, bandhas, shoulders. How often do you get to be a warrior? Feels good. Extend this pose. Exhale this left hand down inside the left knee. Inhale as you reach with the right hand. Breathe. Feel that resistance along the right side. Push into it. Appreciate the muscles you're building along that whole right side of your body. Reverse this pose. Exhale the right hand back to the right leg. Inhale, left hand high, gaze follows. Sink a little deeper into that left knee bend. Find that flow on this side. You exhale the left hand down. Inhale as you reach with the right. Exhale, left hand back. Inhale, right hand up. One movement, one breath. Classic Vinyasa yoga. Elongating the muscles as you move. Working them in both directions. Contraction and flexion, the extension. The healthiest way to use muscles. The hidden secret, the benefit of yoga. One more on this side. When you come up, bring your arms to that strong T and gently straighten your left leg. Exhale, left hand down towards that left foot. Inhale, right hand high, gaze follows. Triangle, extended triangle, Utthita Trikonasana. Re-explore the core, make sure those bandhas are engaged. Breathe as deeply as you can in and out your nose. Inhale as you bring your arms back. Exhale as you step to the top of your mat. Beautiful. Nicely done. Those are some fundamental poses of yoga. You'll see them in a lot of yoga classes, and they're fundamental because they work the body so well. From the middle of your mat, we're going to go through a balancing sequence. The whole yoga practice builds balance. Balances right side with left side, builds strength with flexibility. And these balancing poses not only help your balance, but they test your balance as well. So from mountain pose, engage the core, find those bandhas, and simply lift your right leg up, bent at the knee. Breathe here. Inhale your arms wide, your gaze comes to the left. As that right knee swings out to the right side. Inhale the right knee forward, exhale as you come down. Reset. Lift the left knee, bent. Thigh is parallel with the floor. Inhale, arms wide. Gaze comes to the right side. As that left leg swings out in the opposite direction to the left. Inhale the knee forward. Exhale as you step into mountain pose. Do that a couple more times. We can go a little bit deeper in this pose. If it's too much, back off. Remember, our theme for tonight is caring for ourselves. On an inhale, lift that right leg. If you'd like to go a little deeper, you can exhale. Find your big toe with your two peace fingers, and on an inhale, straighten your leg right out in front of you. You can use a wall, some other support. There's no rules in yoga that says you can't. Inhale your left arm out to the side to counterbalance, swinging the right leg the opposite direction. Hold and breathe. If you fall out, get right back in the pose. Inhale, leg forward, release, exhale down. If that was too much, just go back to the bent knee. You can support with your hand. Otherwise, inhale the left leg high. Inhale, right fingers, left fingers down to the left toe, cap it. Inhale, straighten the leg. Bring the right arm out. Swing the left leg out to the left, counterbalancing. Concentrate and breathe. Inhale. Foot forward. Exhale. Back to mountain pose. We'll do it one more time to each side. Pick the variation that works for you. If you're bent-legged, capping the toes. Inhale, knee high. Exhale down as you cap the toes. Inhale, straighten the leg. Counterbalance, swinging the leg out with the opposite arm. If you fall out, get right back in. Inhale the leg forward. Exhale as you release. One more side. Inhale the knee up. Exhale as you cap the toe. Inhale, straighten the leg. Right arm out, counterbalancing. Swing your left leg. Inhale the leg straight. Exhale as you gently release. Very nice. That's a challenging balancing sequence. Maybe as challenging as they come. You can work your way into it. You can practice, use support. And the more you do yoga, the better balance becomes. All right, in the middle of your mat, bring your feet out a little bit wider. You'll get to feel what the right space is as we move through this. Find that 5-pointed star we've been going through. This time, sit low by bending your elbows, bending your knees, keeping your chin level with the floor, and then inhale back up. Do it again. Exhale as you sit low. Inhale as you come up. Synchronize with your breath. Feel your core engaged as you move. Bandha's locked. Finding a little more depth in your squat each time. These are casually referred to as moonflowers. It's a complementary pose called sunflowers. So as you reach your hands high, think yellow. This time as you come low, let your arms sweep your back round and reach back up. The sweeping of the hands and the rounding of the back are the easy part. Continue to sit as low as you can, working on the depth of your squat. By rounding the back, you should find a little more depth. The next time you have your hands up, bring them together to heart center and sit low. Maybe your elbows come to your thighs. Maybe they come inside of your knees. Keep your chin level with the floor. You can work those bandhas. You can explore the core, re-engage. Just sit low. If this is too much, just use a little support. Breathe as deeply as you can. If you need to take a break, you certainly can. You just come up and exhale as you come back down. One more time. Find the deepest expression of the pose you can. From here, simply bring your hands down. Help you come down to a seated posture. You can have your legs right out in front of you. You can have them to the side if you'd like. I'll actually have them forward so I can show you. With your knees bent, your feet planted, you'll notice that your feet are hip distance apart, your knees are hip distance apart. Raise your hands in front of you like you're holding an energy ball and lean back a little bit. And you feel those lower abdominal muscles, the Uddiyana or the Mula Bandha muscles down low, tighten, and then come forward. Do it again, just flow back. Feel those lower abdominal muscles tighten and come forward. Anytime we lift our feet, we tend to bring our feet together and spread our knees. Bring your feet up and keep them hip distance apart along with your knees, and then put them back down. And you feel those lower abdominal muscles work harder than if you had the knees spread and the feet together. By doing this simple flow, you're building those lower muscles, and it makes the entire abdominal core stronger. Challenge yourself whenever you lift your feet like this to keep them separated. Keep your knees hip distance apart. If you want to go a little bit further, you can come back further with your feet lifted. This is a canoe pose. Then come forward into the boat. Find canoe. Come forward. If you want to go a little bit further, you keep them lifted the entire time. But remember our theme on caring? Do what's right for you. It's okay to challenge yourself. But if it's too much, just put them down. All right, one more time. Maybe even lifting with straight legs this time. And now your big reward. Bring your feet together, spread your knees, pull your heels in close. And butterfly. You feel those lower abdominal muscles release. It's a lot of work. Nicely done. But you gave your body great benefit by building those lower abdominal muscles. Butterfly pose is interesting. You can put a lot into it. You can pull the heels in tight. You can push down to your elbows. You're plenty warm. You can put a little bit into it. A little bit of a strange yoga pose. There's a variation I like called turtle. You just bring your feet out a little bit further. See that pocket that your feet make. Have your arms come under your legs. Your head comes down towards that pocket. Just breathe into it. I had a physical therapist attend one of my classes, and I was talking to her afterwards. She said it's always important to have a back bend in class. So as you come up, rotate your legs. They're flat on your mat, knees are bent, head comes all the way down. Bring your hands towards your heels, and then push your hips high in a bridge pose. Bring as much bend in your back as you can. You lift your hips with your legs. Engage your glute muscles, that mula bandha, and your hips go higher. Engage your quad muscles, the hips go higher. Your hands come a little closer. Some people can touch their heels. Some people can actually hold their ankles. Just keep pushing those hips higher. Imagine the discs between your vertebrae realigning themselves. Very gently, let your hips come down to the mat. Draw your knees in. Explore how your back's doing. From here, I'm actually going to do legs up the wall. You can put your legs on an ottoman or a chair or up the wall, or you can just stretch them long and lay flat on your mat. If you'd like to do legs up the wall, you just bring your hips close to the wall. You can be right against the wall, maybe a little ways away. Have your arms out comfortably. Let your shoulder blades flat. Let your breathing become normal and natural. Autonomic, if you will. You want to concentrate on your natural breathing. At first, it'll feel like you're manipulating your breath. But just concentrate on it. Your body knows what to do. It breathes on its own all day and all night. Any thoughts that enter your mind, let them go by simply going back to observing your breath. Gravity pull you down into the earth. And just be. Very gently, just find some movement, your fingers and toes. You can bring your knees very gently towards your chest. Classically, you roll through the right side of a fetal position. Keep your heart on the right side lifted. Signifies the rebirth of your practice. And eventually we'll meet together in a seated position. The yoga practice is really a journey. Started with yama and niyama, relating it to caring. We established pranayama, the breath, asana, the poses. These limbs of yoga lead us to this point. Final posture resets the entire body, imprints the practice. It's really a form of meditation. And as you go on from here, you've given yourself a gift. You've reset your mind, your body, and your spirit. You'll be more content, happier than when you started. Enjoy it. Bring your hands to heart center. The light in me honors the light in you, my friends. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me from the virtual studio. I'm streaming again this Saturday at 9 in the morning. Hopefully you'll join me. Thank you so much.